My third letter sent to Chase Bank was dated August 30th, 2013, and it reads as follows. To the individual human being who has the fortune of receiving this letter. I, Debbie Frazen, a human being on my journey called life, seeking truth and transparency, it's come to my attention over the past 8 months that what we, the 99% human beings on planet Earth, have known to be the truth is likely not what we've believed to be true. That's what generated my initial letter of inquiry dated 5/29/13, followed by a second letter dated 7/23/13. Chase has responded to both of these letters. However, information requested and answers to questions in these letters remain incomplete. This is now the third letter I've sent to Chase pertaining to requests regarding the validity of alleged loan, blah, blah. I feel that I need to refer to the UCC law, Article 2, right to adequate assurance of performance, which pertains to reasonable grounds for insecurity. This applies when assurances are not provided. The other party can then suspend performance when requested assurances are not provided within 30 days. At this point, the contract is liable to be repudiated without the fulfillment of requests by a contracted party. Additionally, Chase has previously stated that any information that we did not provide is either unavailable or considered confidential. Chase states that Deborah M. Frazen is considered a party in this contract. What legitimate reason would a party in the contract be denied information pertaining directly to the said loan? On my journey for the truth, I experienced a number of interactions with human beings acting as Chase representatives, which identified other discrepancies and further questions into the validity of this loan. The following are a list of facts that leads me to believe that this alleged loan is fraudulent on some level, and that details are to be provided as appropriate. Initially, I have verified with Chase representatives that the letter I sent dated 5/29/13 had been scanned into the system and then was later confirmed missing with only the dated envelope remaining. I have documented discrepancies with both responses from Chase, one of which pertains to the date of the letter versus the postmark, which are further conflicted via phone communication received. Despite my initial inquiry made on 5/29/13, it wasn't until my phone call to Chase on 8/8/13, which was the first time that I was provided with the case number by Reggie in customer care. My phone call to Chase on 8/21 resulted in a conference call with Dwayne from collections and Chris from customer care, whom I left with the question, was a loan or a debt created? Chris and I agreed that he would look into this and return my call at 8:22 at 8:45 a.m. Central Time. The return call by Chris has not been received to date. I called Chase on 8:23, which resulted in a conference call with Mark, account representative, and Paris from customer care that resulted in the answer provided that the loan is both a loan and a debt. How can a loan transaction be both? Paris agreed to reopen the case pending a response from myself dated 8/30/13. In Chase's second response states that the original note does not have to be provided. How can a loan be valid without production of the original note? Case blah blah is to remain open until a resolution is agreed by all parties within the contract. I've previously advised that the case has been closed. That the case had been closed by upon Chase's response. It is within the above points that I stand in my conviction, having reasonable doubt regarding the validity of this loan. I request a primary point of contact who can work with me through this process to prevent information further from being missed, lost, or any other potential issue. How can we help one another to co-create this? I believe it begins with having a clear and transparent understanding between all parties involved. I'm currently without full clarity as to the validity of my loan documents as held by Chase. What is the truth of the matter, and what does that mean for Deborah Frazen, a human being? Going forward is both my desire and right to be interacted with solely as a human being, honoring and respecting the natural rights of all other human beings to live fully and peacefully upon this earth. The rights and respective livelihoods intact as outlined by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. created and honored by the institution known as the United Nations since the year 1948. My intention with this home is to create a living space that is well kept, optimized, and maintained to foster community based in friendship that brings positive change to the community in which it inhabits. I thank you from the source of my being for your assistance on this journey to truth and transparency for the situation surrounding my property on Canterway Drive and doing all parts within your power to affirm the truth. In commitment to peace, love, and prosperity for all of humanity, Deborah Frazen. P.S. This letter is dated different from the mailing date as I had computer problems which had been communicated to Chase via phone call on 8/30/13, in which this was communicated to Michelle at extension blah blah and collections and then conferenced in Carrie in customer care that this letter will be mailed on the next business day 9/3/13. It is in this letter that I copied St. Louis County Recorder of Deeds and the Missouri Attorney General Chris Koster.